Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, colourful cartoon animals and everyone else, welcome to Magic, the Questioning, the card game quiz that asks the question, has it really been a year already? That can't be right. Let's not meet our contestants, as you can see. They're not here, they get time off for the holiday. Instead, I thought I'd take the opportunity to shout out some other creators who have put out Magic videos that I've both watched and enjoyed lately. Blood Artist is up first, and link in the description to their video that I would recommend. The problem with the hybrid mana change. I saw a bunch of videos in my feed covering this topic, but avoided watching them because I knew that I may eventually want to cover the same subject and didn't want to be biased. However, upon uploading my take on the situation, I made a beeline for this video because I knew if anyone would give a well thought out, rationed and well presented perspective, it would be Blood Artist. The creative hand-drawn style makes every video a delight to watch, and I would highly recommend you check out the channel. Now let's look at this week's categories. I Spy is our first round where the questions are worth 1 point each. Cards on the Table is our second round with questions worth 2 points each. Not My Type is our third round where the questions are worth 3 points each. MtG YT is our fourth round where the questions are worth 4 points each. And Art Attack is our final category with a single question that doubles your score. At the end of the game, tally up your points and measure them against the point score chart, so you can see how you rank and compare it with your friends and everyone else playing along at home and in the comments section. Will you come last but seeking? Maybe you're a contestant of perfection. Let's find out. So if you are playing along at home, get ready to write down your answers and let us know how you do in the comments below. And if you answer the question from the thumbnail correctly, you get to start the game with a bonus 4 points. That's 4 points right now if you knew that the Magic the Gathering 2025 holiday promo is called Cheer, a card depicting a festive celebration, and a card I did a whole video on last week that has quite the thumbnail. If you're interested, I'll link that below too. But either way, this year's holiday promo card is called Cheer. Now for the rest of the quiz. Here we go, round 1, I Spy, where you guess which object I'm thinking of from a card's art. Question 1. Fruitcake Elemental, I Spy with my little eye, something beginning with N. Fruitcake Elemental, I Spy with my little eye, something beginning with N. Question 2. Goblin Sleigh Ride, I Spy with my little eye, something beginning with P. Goblin Sleigh Ride, I Spy with my little eye, something beginning with P. Question 3. Top Deck the Halls, I Spy with my little eye, something beginning with G. Top Deck the Halls, I Spy with my little eye, something beginning with G. Question 4. Thopter Pi Network, I Spy with my little eye, something beginning with F. I Spy with my little eye, something beginning with F. That's the final question this round. You have until the music stops to submit your answers, and once that's over, we'll find out if you were right. Start the music. Okay, time's up, let's get some answers. And remember, 1 point this round for each question you answered correctly. Question 1. Fruitcake Elemental, I Spy with my little eye, something beginning with N. Nuts. I know some people will say fruitcake shouldn't contain them, but clearly on that golem's shoulder, you can see he contains nuts. Question 2. Goblin Sleigh Ride, I Spy with my little eye, something beginning with P. Present. It's small and a little hard to make out, but under that goblin's arm is a present. Question 3. Top Deck the Halls, I Spy with my little eye, something beginning with G. Gingerbread Man. Probably a little easy this one, but it is only the first round. Well, the G we were looking for was Gingerbread Man. Question 4. Thopter Pi Network, I Spy with my little eye, something beginning with F. Flag. There are several of them depicted, and I'd even count that little one on the Thopter's tail, but we were looking for Flag. Let's shout out another creator. The Tranquil Domain is next, and link in the description to their video that I would recommend. The Story of Gazban Ogress with Kathy Nikoloff. There's a chance you've already seen this as it's one of the most viewed videos on their channel, so I did consider recommending something else of theirs, but honestly the subject matter is so important here that I couldn't not suggest it. The Tranquil Domain does deck text, but also covers real life stories and events from throughout Magic's history, and importantly covers them from the perspective of the people actually involved. If you're interested in Magic's past and why things are the way they are now, then I'd recommend checking out the Tranquil Domain. On to our second category, Cards on the Table, our general card knowledge round. Question 1. First printed in Antiquities, how many seasonal art variants were there for the card Mishra's Factory? First printed in Antiquities, how many seasonal art variants were there for the card Mishra's Factory? Question 2. What is the current subtype for the card Caribou Range originally from Ice Age? What is the current subtype for the card Caribou Range originally from Ice Age? Question 3. What Santa-like job title did Tornos from the Brothers' War have? What Santa-like job title did Tornos from the Brothers' War have? Question 4. Gil Wayne casting director appears to be putting on a nativity play. Name one of the 3 roles in his play. Gil Wayne casting director appears to be putting on a nativity play. Name one of the 3 roles in his play. You've got till the music stops to get your answers down, and then we'll see the results. Time's up, let's get some answers, and this time they're worth 2 points. Question 1. First printed in Antiquities, how many seasonal art variants were there for the card Mishra's Factory? 4 seasonal variants, 1 for each season, one of which has a Christmas tree. Mishra's Factory was depicted with 4 seasonal variants. Question 2. What is the current subtype for the card Caribou Range originally from Ice Age? Aura! Originally this card was printed as an enchantment for lands, but now has been errated to include the subtype Aura. Question 3. What Santa-like job did Tornos from the Brothers' War have? Toymaker. I suspect the human artificer Tornos probably isn't quite as jolly as Santa, but he is nevertheless still a toymaker. Question 4. Gil Wayne casting director appears to be putting on a nativity play. Name one of the 3 roles in his play. The royal role, the sorcerer role, and the monster role. According to his rules text, there are 3 roles in Gil Wayne's play. The royal role, the sorcerer role, and for some reason, the monster role. And now I want to shout out Distraction Makers and link in the description to their video, Is Beyblade X the most exciting competitive game in decades? Which, while released on the 1st of April, did such a good job of breaking down why someone who loves Magic would love the tactical deck building style competitive gameplay of Beyblade, that I got into the game myself and have not regretted it. Distraction Makers as a channel also offers insight into Magic and WotC's decisions around Magic from a game designer perspective while remaining approachable and incredibly entertaining. I wholeheartedly recommend them, give them a watch. Round 3 and the category is Not My Type on types, subtypes and supertypes. Question 1. Snowmelt Stag from Tarkir Dragonstorm has which 2 creature types? Snowmelt Stag from Tarkir Dragonstorm has which 2 creature types? Question 2. Phyrexian Snow Crusher from Cold Snap was originally printed with which singular creature type? Phyrexian Snow Crusher from Cold Snap was originally printed with which singular creature type? Question 3. First printed in Ice Age, the card Snowhound was originally printed with which creature type? First printed in Ice Age, the card Snowhound was originally printed with which creature type? Question 4. Snowhorn Rider from Khans of Tarkir has which 2 creature types? Snowhorn Rider from Khans of Tarkir has which 2 creature types? That's the last question this round, so get ready to finish writing before we find out the answers. And that's time. Every correct answer is worth 3 points, so let's find out how you did after these messages. Please come support me on Patreon. These quiz videos don't have mass appeal and don't do very well in the YouTube algorithm, and that fact may even be having a negative effect on the likelihood that my other videos get recommended too, because that's seemingly how YouTube works. So I'm genuinely considering making these quizzes Patreon exclusive in the new year. I haven't decided that yet because these are some of my most creative works and I don't really want to have to paywall them. And my hope is that my Patreon becomes sustainable enough for me to not have to worry about YouTube's nonsense anymore. I'd love to be able to just make whatever I like. But that's not the world that I currently live in, and it might make more sense for my channel to just not post the quizzes that do poorly for free anymore. So hey, I'm just trying to survive here like you. Sorry to be a bummer, but if I do make the decision to remove these videos, I wanted you to at least have a heads up. So yeah, Patreon, thank you for listening. Welcome back to Magic the Questioning, where we're about to find out the answers to round 3, where every correct answer is worth 3 points. Here we go. Question 1. Snowmelt Stag from Tarkir Dragonstorm has which 2 creature types? Elemental Elk. Elk is one of those creature types I think people expect to say something like deer instead. but Snowmelt Stag is in fact an elemental elk. Question 2. Phyrexian Snow Crusher from Cold Snap was originally printed with which singular creature type? Juggernaut. Like most Phyrexians, the Phyrexian Snow Crusher wasn't given the Phyrexian creature type until much later, and it was originally printed as only a Juggernaut. Question 3. First printed in Ice Age, the card Snowhound was originally printed with which creature type? Dog. Bit tricky this question because Snowhound obviously has hound in the name, but was printed before all dogs were given the hound creature type, so it was later errated into a hound, which was before the mass dog-hound creature type reversal, meaning Snowhound had to be errated a second time back into what it originally was, which is a dog. Question 4. Snowhorn Rider from Khans of Tarkir has which 2 creature types? Human Warrior. Technically you could also play this card face down as it has the ability Morph, but while face up, Snowhorn Rider is a human warrior. Next up, Acid Money is the creator I want to shout out, and a link in the description for their video Pulling Cards on a Mountaintop, Magic the Gathering, for not only being my favourite Magic the Gathering video of the year, but for raising the bar on all pack opening videos going forward. Now this isn't just a Magic channel because as her description says, she's just a girl with a lot of hobbies and a lot to say, but a pack opening on a mountaintop at sunrise with someone who has a clear passion for the game, references One Piece, is excited about opening commons and loves Innistrad? You bet I was going to mention this video after watching it. So go check out Acid Money, I hope I've said that right, link in the description for the best, most joy-inducing pack opening video you've ever seen. Round 4 is MTGYT, and this is a quiz, so I hope you've been paying attention, because here we go. Question 1. What was the name of the first channel I recommended whose video on the hybrid mana I said was the first one that I wanted to watch? What was the name of the first channel I recommended whose video on hybrid mana I said was the first I wanted to watch? Question 2. What was the name of the second channel I recommended with a video discussing the Gazban Ogress controversy? What was the name of the second channel I recommended with a video discussing the Gazban Ogress controversy? Question 3. What was the name of the third channel I recommended that had a video which made me fall in love with Beyblade? What was the name of the third channel I recommended that had a video which made me fall in love with Beyblade? Question 4. What was the name of the last channel I recommended immediately before the start of this round? What was the name of the last channel I recommended immediately before the start of this round? Okay, time's about to start again, so I hope you have all of your answers because this is the last point scoring round. Here we go. Time's up, and remember for this round, correct answers are worth 4 points. Here we go. Question 1. What was the name of the first channel I recommended whose video on hybrid mana I said was the first I wanted to watch? Blood Artist. I recommended the video The Problems of the Hybrid Mana Change by Blood Artist. Question 2. What was the name of the second channel I recommended with a video discussing the Gazban Ogress controversy? The Tranquil Domain. I recommended the video The Story of Gazban Ogress with Kathy Nikolov by The Tranquil Domain. Question 3. What was the name of the third channel I recommended that had a video which made me fall in love with Beyblade? Distraction Makers. I recommended the video Is Beyblade X the most exciting competitive gameplay in decades? By Distraction Makers. Question 4. What was the name of the last channel I recommended immediately before the start of this round? Acid Money. I recommended the video Pulling Cards on a Mountaintop, Magic the Gathering by Acid Money. God, I hope I've pronounced that right. And before we get to the bonus round where you can double your points, I just want to shout out a non-Magic creator, Peter Austin. And I'll leave a link in the description for the video Scientists Think There's Truth in This Demon Dog Folklore, the Black Dog of Bungie, all caps, part of a series of videos entitled This Is Interesting, which if I'm being honest, it is. Every one of his videos, from talking about the hidden lyrics to the Mr. Bean theme tune, to why the Pope thought geese grew on trees, is something that will make you say, huh, that is interesting. And while this is a bigger channel than mine, I'm quite frankly shocked it only has around 30,000 subscribers at time of recording. And the videos aren't that long either, so if you're interested, and I promise you will be, I'd recommend checking out Peter Austin, link below. Round 5 is Art Attack, where we slowly reveal a picture to you, and if you can name what card uses that picture as its art before the music stops, then you double your points and you double your score. So to be clear, see some artwork and name that card for double points. I hope you're ready, because here we go. that's time. Did you get it right? Well, if you said this was the art for the card Goblin Snowman, which I think needs to have the creature type Snowman added to it so it's not just a goblin, then you'll have just doubled your score. So now the question is, how did you do? Count up your score and let us know in the comments below. And that's it. One last shout out to all the creators I mentioned. You can find links to their channels in the description below. Go watch, subscribe, drop them a like and leave them a comment telling them I sent you. And maybe like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Happy holidays to all of you watching. I hope you have a wonderful Christmas and will join me again in the new year for another episode of Magic the Questioning. Thank you to everyone who supports the show, like 27 Publications, Eggboy the Particle that permeates all existence, Blank Space, Wanpako Jozu, Miss Murder, Oran and Patreon, Ominous Jazz, and the rest of my patrons whose names are on screen now. I'd also like to give an extra special thank you to Brett Canny for providing the music for the show. Don't forget to like and subscribe and set your notification bell to all so you can be updated when our next episode airs. And until then, from all of us here in the studio, we wish you happy quizzing and we will see you next time. Freeze frame.